Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. For today's review Wednesday, I am going to be doing a comparative review after the longest time. Today we are going to be comparing two of my favorite affordable concealers. We have the Swiss Beauty Liquid Concealer against the Inside 2X Cover Master Concealer. Now I love both of these concealers individually. I wanted to try them out together and compare them and see how they fare against each other. So I've put them through a lot of tests and everything. So if you want to know my views, reviews and all the good things, then please keep on watching. Let's start off with the basic things. Swiss Beauty's liquid concealer retails for rupees 229 for 5.6 gram of product, while the Inside Cosmetics 2X Cover Master retails for 110 rupees for 6 ml of product. So if you are looking for more value out of your money, the Inside one is a better catch. Now when it comes to the shade range, both of these come in about 6 shades and they desperately need a shade expansion. We need more lighter as well as deeper shades. The spectrum right now is pretty much a very medium color board, so we definitely need more shades in them. I have two different shades in both of these concealers. We are not going to be comparing shades, but if you want a shade reference, I am the shade Sand Sable in Swiss Beauty and Golden Sand in Inside Cosmetics, so I'm a pretty sandy person overall. Let's quickly talk about the packaging too. Both of them come in a very generic and basic packaging, but we have a little bit of deceptiveness going on in both of these concealers. Now the Swiss Beauty concealer comes in a frosted jar, and frosted jars often make the shade look very different, while the Inside one comes in a clear jar, which often makes you feel like you're getting more product than you actually are getting because it looks bulky. But other than that, these are very basic packaging. I don't have anything too good or too bad to say about them. They look sturdy, they don't feel cheap, so that's great. Now when we talk about the applicators of these products, the Swiss Beauty one has a basic doe foot applicator that you get with most concealers, and the Inside one has a flat applicator that does hold on to a lot of product. So if you don't like dipping back into your concealer over and over again, you are going to enjoy Inside more. Personally for me, I like both of the applicators. I don't have something special with either one of them. I am okay with both. But now let's move on to some tests that I did with these concealers to show you guys how they fare against each other. I'm starting off with moisturized and primed skin, and we're first going to compare the concealers on bare skin just to see the coverage, how they sit on the skin and everything. So I'm going to be putting Swiss Beauty on my right side and Inside Beauty on my left side. Let's start with Swiss Beauty out first, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of this concealer on my inner corner as well as on my outer corner. I'm going to blend it out with my finger just to see how well it blends out with the finger. So I'm just tapping it in place to blend it out. Now this concealer has insane coverage, and you do have to work slightly with your finger to ensure there is no patchiness going on and everything is seamless and smooth. Let's move on to the Inside concealer now, and again I am just going to apply a little bit on my inner corners and then on the outer corner, again with the help of my ring finger, but this time of the left hand because I don't want any transferage. I'm going to blend everything out. Now this one, the consistency is much more gel-like, so it's slightly easier to blend. So I'm just going to make sure that everything is smoothened out nicely. You can clearly see a huge difference in the coverage and the finish of these concealers. While Swiss Beauty is high on coverage and is slightly mattifying, the Inside concealer is more skin-like and slightly lower on coverage. So it definitely depends on what you are looking from your concealer. I'm going to include a close-up shot right here so you can see how these concealers sit on my eyes without any powder or anything, how well do they settle into fine lines and all of that. And now that we're done with the bare skin comparison, let's quickly put on some foundation and see how these concealers fare on top of foundation when compared side by side. I have my foundation on now, so it's time to put the concealers on top of foundation and then compare them. Again, I'm going to do Swiss Beauty on my right and Inside on my left. I also have two very similar brushes to blend them out so that we get similar effect without any transferage. So let's start with the Swiss Beauty concealer first. Again, I'm just going to place a little bit of this in my inner corner and then a little bit on the outer corner just to lift my eyes up a little bit. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to start blending this out. So I'm just going to tap it in my inner corner where I have the darkest of my circles. I'm going to bring it down a little bit and then under my eyes and then the outer corner. I'm also going to take it right on my eyelid. Now this was very easy and quick to blend and there is no patchiness going on whatsoever. So now it's time to move on to Inside concealer. Again, we are going to put a little bit on our inner corners and then on our outer corners. The shade of course are slightly different, so don't just compare with the shades. And then again, I'm just going to start by tapping this in my inner corners, bringing it down and then under my eyes. Then the outer corners and then on my lids. I'm just going to make sure it's nicely blended out. Again, it was a super easy breezy blend, so I will be giving you guys a closer look now so you can see how these concealers sit on top of primer and foundation. I still haven't powdered them down. This is the look before powdering. Now I'm quickly going to powder down my eyes with a little bit of translucent powder so that we do not end up changing the coverage, and then we will see how well do these concealer last all throughout the day on my skin. So I'm just making sure I lock and set those in place. And here is a close-up shot of what my concealer looks after powdering. I feel like even though I've used the same primer, foundation and powder, my Swiss Beauty concealer looks a little drier than the inside one, but nothing too dramatic. I've just done my base and a little bit of eyeshadow work because I wanted to test out these concealers in another way. I want to see how they work as an eyeshadow primer, so I am going to be cutting my crease. I have two very similar brushes to do that. So I'm going to start off with the Swiss Beauty concealer, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of this concealer with the help of my brush so that I can cut my crease nicely. And then I am just going to stamp it on my eye like this and make sure I have a sharp cut crease going on. Once I have my cut crease mapped out, I'm just going to apply my eyeshadow on top of it and see how well it sticks onto the base. So that went on really well. I have a sharp cut crease and the colors look pigmented. So now it's time to try out the inside on the other eye. Again, I'm just going to take a little bit of this concealer on top of my brush. So I'm just coating my brush with this and then I'm going to cut this crease. And now that the crease is cut, it's time to lay down the eyeshadow. So I'm just going to press my brush against my cut crease. And I'm going to make sure that I have a nice amount of pigmentation going on this eye as well. Now that my cut crease is done, I feel like the gripping power of both of the concealers is really good because my eyeshadows look equally pigmented. However, when it comes to the cut crease side of things, I feel like Swiss Beauty is going to be a better option. My cut crease looks way sharper due to the high coverage and the tacky nature of the concealer. If you're someone who's just looking for a primer because you do blended out looks, you can pick up either of the two. But if you like cut crease, Swiss Beauty is going to be a better option for you. It has been more than 7 hours since I've had these concealers on and I do have a little bit of shine all over my face, but my under eyes still look pretty fresh. There's minimal creasing going on. My eyeshadows still look crisp and they haven't faded out. So the wear time on both of these concealers is absolutely fire. And with that, I finished this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful, especially if you are on the lookout of a new concealer. I personally love both of these concealers equally. Definitely depends on the type of look I'm going for. If I'm going for more coverage or if I want something that looks more like skin. But yes, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful. Do let me know if you'd like to see more comparative reviews, and if yes, then which product should we compare next? Let me know down below. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye.